been waiting for. It's time for the award ceremony. And if you're a true GameStop, you already know what that music is.
Thank you so much. Hi everyone, I'm Terry Brown. I'm the Dean of the College of Social Work and I've been faculty here for 18 years. Very excited to have you here today. We have our amazing alumni, students, both our undergraduate and our master's students, faculty and staff, so very excited. Part of what we'll do tonight is celebrate our terrific alumni. I do want to make sure I wish everyone happy Social Work Month. So happy Social Work Month. We all know that social work changes lives. This month we're recognizing the dedication of our profession and those that choose to take up the mantle for positive change. We're especially excited to honor 4 outstanding alumni, award winners who exemplify the very best in our field. They're inspiring, and we're proud of their achievements and contributions. We did receive a record number of nominations this year, and a panel of alumni reviewed these applications in a blind judging and assigned everybody a numeric score, and the highest scores received these awards, so they are very prestigious indeed. So we're going to start off with our award for Alumni Excellence. The Alumni Excellence Award recognizes alumni who have made exceptional contributions to social work through a distinguished career in their field of practice and who personify the principles and values of the profession. Amy Holbert received her MSW in 1983, 93, sorry. Sorry, that's my bad. I asked them to print this out in very large font. I guess I need it even larger for next year, please. Amy's a respected leader in child and family systems across the state with more than 3 decades of experience spanning healthcare, education, and community-based services. She currently serves as the CEO of South Carolina's Parent Training and Information Center. Through her leadership, families of children with disabilities gain the knowledge and confidence to engage meaningfully in decisions that shape their children's futures. Her career reflects the College of Social Work's dedication to ethical leadership, social justice, and creating lasting impact for South Carolina's families and communities. Congratulations, Amy.
Thank goodness it's not 1980. 93, which is still makes me feel really old. But good evening, everyone. Thank you to the University of South Carolina and the College of Social Work for this honor. To be recognized by the place that shaped the beginning of my career is deeply meaningful to me. In thinking about what I wanted to say tonight, I kept coming back to one question. Why this work? Because over the past year especially, I've asked myself, why does this work still matter? Am I still making a difference? Does anyone care? I found myself wrestling with my own why more than ever before and asking, why should it matter who has access to care and who doesn't? Why should it matter which children are given opportunities and which ones are not? Why should it matter whose voices are heard in decisions and whose voices are left out? And why should it matter whether systems work for everyone or only for some? And why should it matter if equity is prioritized or ignored? Sitting with those questions brought me back to what I learned at the College of Social Work. Social work is a profession and one that matters now more than ever because it asks us to stand the gaps when systems fall short. And with that comes responsibility. A responsibility to pay attention, to ask the hard questions, and to speak up when something isn't right, working. To stay engaged, even when it might be easier to just walk away. The College of Social Work didn't prepare me for just a career. It set a standard that we have an ethical obligation and a moral responsibility to create change, to give voice to those who are not heard, to stand with those who are often unseen, and to challenge systems when they fall short from the very people that we are meant to serve. I've had the privilege of working alongside colleagues and partners who live that responsibility every day. This recognition reflects them as much as it does me. And among those who have helped shape my work in meaningful ways is Dr. Robert Hawk. I thank you, Dr. Rob, as we so like to call him at the office, as we have for your mentorship, your partnership, and your friendship. You push me to continue to grow and ask the hard questions and to pursue the solutions. And to my family, my wonderful husband, my beautiful children, thank you for your support, and I love you all. And this award came at exactly the right time for me because it gave me a moment to reflect back and reconnect to my own why. Not because the work has gotten easier, but because it hasn't. But because the need is still there, because the responsibility is still there, and because the people we serve are still counting for us to show up. So we do. We show up. And we continue to do the hard work because that is what social workers do. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations. Our next award is for the Emerging Leader Award. The Emerging Leader Award recognizes recent alumni that graduated within the last 10 years and who are already making exceptional contributions to social work and who personify the principles and values of the profession. Elizabeth Baylog earned her MSW in 2020 and began her career as a multidimensional family therapist with Lexington County Community Mental Health Center. She currently serves as a school social worker for Lexington Richlands School District 5 and works as an adjunct professor for Columbia College's Trauma-Informed Education Program, where she teaches mental health-informed practice in education to graduate students. Elizabeth is actively involved in service through roles with the School District 5 Foundation, the South Carolina Association of School Social Workers, and as a field instructor for our college. A strong believer in the power of community, her work centers on building relationships and fostering innovative community partnerships to support student and family needs. Please join me in congratulating Elizabeth.
I am incredibly grateful for the education I received at the university. I feel that the professors that taught me shaped me not only as a social worker, but also as a person. I'm very grateful to my parents who helped me receive that education, my husband who supported me through it, and I'm incredibly grateful for my incredible coworkers in Lexington Richland School District 5 who continue to help me grow as a practitioner. Thank you.
Great. Our next award is for military service. The Military Service Award recognizes alumni who are or were affiliated with the military and continue to serve others through their commitment to the social work profession. Terry T.J. Rumler is a licensed clinical social worker who dedicates his life to increasing equitable access to mental health care. His past work includes serving fellow veterans at the VA, case management with individuals experiencing homelessness and HIV/AIDS, and providing inpatient mental health care for children. He directed the Student Dreamers Alliance Youth Development Group with the Hispanic Alliance. TJ worked 7 years with Greenville County Schools, serving most of the time as the district's trauma-informed specialist. He currently serves as a clinical therapist for Prisma, working with adolescent day treatment. Please join me in congratulating TJ.
There you go.
So fun fact, I got a Changemakers thing through a program in Greenville called Changemakers, and I dropped the award like when I was doing something like this. So I promised right here that I would not do that. Now let me see if I can honor that promise. How are we doing tonight, y'all?
Good evening.
All right. I say we because one, I found this kind of bracelet, and it says "We are Changemakers." And if I'm friends with any of y'all on social media, you've probably seen me wearing a hat that just says "We." And one of the things I love about this field, and I feel like because of this award, I have to talk a little bit about military service. One of the things I loved about serving in the military, and I was talking to my new friend Conrad over here a few minutes ago about it, is that you know that no mission gets accomplished if you're not looking out for the man or the woman or the person beside you. And one of the things I love about the field of social work is I have always felt from the very beginning, from the first time I set foot down here for orientation, when Miss Francis was telling us, you can't do this program if you want to try to work, and you got to do one thing and do it. And I was like, yes, we can. Yes, we can. I just love that we have each other's back. And I thought when I was sitting over there, and I didn't do my homework because I didn't read my email from Miss Janae. So I didn't know. I found out about 30 minutes ago that we had an opportunity to say something. So I've been over there trying to figure it out. And I want to just take a moment to show some love to my friend Jeff. When I did an interview earlier over the College of Social Work, and by the way, beautiful, beautiful building. I've never set foot in the new building until today. But I see this word "we" all over the place. And I had to do this interview, and one of the questions is, what made you decide to get into this field? And you know, we all have our answer that we give when we're given that. But one of the things I didn't say is, when I joined the military, it was right after, 2 weeks after 9/11. I was one of those. And I met a friend of mine named Jeff Sloss. Right after I got in, one of the coolest guys I ever met, kind of person, he gives you a nickname, it sticks, right? He's that kind of guy. And when we were getting ready to deploy, they sent us to Indiana, of all places, one of the coldest places I've ever been, to get ready to send us over to the Middle East. And we're doing all the things that we had to do to get ready to deploy. Something happened with my friend Jeff. And what we would know now is we probably had some kind of a psychotic break. And I didn't know at that point. I was probably 21 years old. And a lot of things were happening that just didn't make sense. And he got kept behind while we deployed. And a few weeks later, he came on to join us. We did our deployment, and we got back. And this is the part where I apologize. I probably need to throw a trigger warning out there at the party. But my friend Jeff took his own life a few weeks after we got home from Iraq. And that's one of the main reasons that I chose this field, because I feel like the military, I feel like the people, maybe even we missed it. And we missed some things that were going on with him. And for that reason, for my friend Jeff and for all the other people that we've lost that should still be here today, It's one of the reasons I dedicate my life to this field, to trauma-informed care, to trying to do everything we can to not miss it with somebody that we love, or even somebody that we just serve, because if we don't know them, if we don't love them yet, somebody loves them, and maybe we can keep them here for another day. And I bring that home to the phrase "we," to the word "we," because I know I can't do it alone. None of y'all can do it alone, and I'm just honored to serve in this field with everybody in here that calls themselves a social worker. And so I want to say thank y'all. Thank you for wearing the uniform with us as social workers. Thank you for serving along with me. Love y'all.
Big games coming up this weekend for the women's basketball, which is our only team that matters. Finally, we have our Changemaker Award. The Changemaker Award recognizes individuals who demonstrate excellence in service, leadership, advocacy, and professional accomplishment. Awardees are chosen by me. This award will be given in years where we have an individual who deserves it. Diane Sumter is a 1978 MSW graduate. She took her social work skills to the business world. She is the founder, president, and chief executive officer of DISA Incorporated, and has spent more than 40 years working as a catalyst for change in South Carolina and the nation. As a business leader, she has concentrated on economic development while leading advocacy efforts for small, women, and minority-owned business enterprises. As a community activist, Ms. Sumter has dedicated time and resources to the causes of educational advancement and cultural awareness. While she has a number of accolades for her work, last month she was bestowed the Order of the Palmetto, which is the highest civilian honor in our state. Please join me in congratulating Diane.
What I'm going to say before I can read the crowd. But this takes me back many years. When I went to South Carolina, and as a student at USC, I had the privilege of meeting two people that I remember today. One was Lorraine Lurie, and she told me, "Why are you upset how they treat you?" I said, "Why aren't you upset?" She says, "I'm a Jew." I said, "How do I get to be one?" I quickly realized that wasn't something you become. You're born there. So she says, "I'm going to introduce you to my uncle, Lurie. He's in the Senate." And that began my political work. But then after I went on, I wanted to go to law school because I wanted to be a Perry Mason lawyer at the beach. But they called me and said, NIH has money and they will give you a scholarship if you go into social work. I said, I'm in. So I went into the School of Social Work, had a wonderful dean, Dr. Raymond. It was 8 African Americans in that class, maybe 10. They gave 8 of them 3 C's. So there were some quiet students. So it was 2 of us left who were students at USC, said, don't y'all worry, we got this. And we took the banner of, how do we make social work where it served all people? And further on, when we looked at it, they gave me a placement out at Fort Jackson. I'm not a smart person. So I got the colonels mixed up and called them sergeants, and the sergeants mixed up and called them colonels. So they decided I wasn't going to get a degree. And so Dean Raymond called me and said, just don't come down on campus. They had to come out at midterm and give you a corrective pattern. Since they didn't, you're going to get a degree. He said, and by the way, don't park in our spaces. I said, but I don't have a space saying Diane Sumter. He said, you are students. Students don't get spaces. But remember this, you're going to get your degree. I never opened the tube till 2 years ago to see that I had a degree. But I went into social work, and I started doing it because I felt that it was the calling of the heart. I even had today someone tell me, you were called to do DISA. It isn't just a profession. You're called and you serve a God who knows everything. So when I thought about that and went into social work and started working, it didn't take me long to realize that the people we were serving had no income, no housing, no health care. And I needed to go about a different route to see that they get that. So I started DISA 40 years ago. And I've hired my girlfriend from school, social work daughter, have hired many other people because it was clear to me, unless we have income, we are doomed for everything, because that's how you, I know y'all don't know this, but that's how you pay rent. That's how you pay everything. So everything we need to do should be about building a base. And then, you might not know this, but I'm an African American female. And it didn't take me long to realize there's discrimination and discrepancy going. So we have a bigger work to do when it comes to the African American population, when it comes to the Native American population, when it comes to the women, etc. I read something today that said women was losing more jobs from AI than any other group. We need to take AI, shake it up, and use it to make us get more jobs. So folks, I'm so honored that you're honoring me, but I would be more honored if you realize you have more work to do than you have ever had to do, because it's imperative that we get the next generation to know they must vote. And with that vote, it will change everything. So thank you again. Thank you again. Thank you again.
Well, I think that is a fitting conclusion to our award ceremony. Please join me in congratulating again all of our amazing. So tonight is our chance to reconnect and strengthen our social work community, because together we make a difference. Thank you for being part of this amazing profession and our college. I now invite Stephanie White to talk very briefly about something very near and dear to our hearts. And then we will eat, drink, and be merry, and we're so excited to have you all here. So thank you all for coming. Indulge us for a moment. The money's for our students, so.
I just wanna
Good evening, everyone. I would just like to say thank you for being a part of our community. Thank you for being a part of our family. It's a privilege to stand before you because you are my family. And I'm grateful to be a part of the College of Social Work team, family, and we appreciate all that you do year-round. Every year we look at the students and their needs and how we can make their learning experiences better, but it comes with a cost. And when you think about how can we do that, We want to be able to provide the resources that they may not have. So we participate in Gift for Garnet every single year. And for those of you who've already provided your impactful sacrificial gift, we are grateful to you. And for those who have not, you have an opportunity to join us on next week, next Wednesday and Thursday, to provide your sacrificial gift. We want you to participate, and you decide what that looks like. It's not for us to do that, but we want you to be a part of the initiatives and the opportunities and the priorities that we have been focusing on for our students in the College of Social Work. So here you will see a QR code, and you will also start seeing some social media posts and some other information as we draw near to the Gift for Garnet campaign next Wednesday and Thursday. So please join us as we support our students, and we thank you again for being part of this exciting celebration this evening. Thank you.
Thank you.
So at this time, all award recipients, would you please go to the